Hi, I'm Lisa from Cook with Lisa, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple, quick pea soup. You need some frozen peas, a stick of celery, some shallots here, and some olive oil. And the seasonings that you'll need is salt and white pepper and chicken stock and vegetable stock, and for garnishing some fresh, lovely mint. So I need 4 shallots. So when you get a shallot or any onion, the best thing to do is always clasp your fingers around it so that it doesn't slip, so you're holding it in place. So try and find the flattest part of the shallot so it stays secure, and then put your knife through the root. Keeping the root on keeps the onion intact. So just cut through and then open up, and the way to take the skin off is to just carefully start from the top and pull it back, and then you've got a clean surface to cut. When I'm doing all my preparation, try and do everything together at the same time and have like a bowl to put all your rubbish in so it makes your cooking easier. Roots. So I'm going to do now my prep. So it's finely sliced shallots, so just slice. A lot of people would like to know, why would you use a shallot opposed to an onion? The reason why I use shallots is that they're slightly sweeter. So I've got my celery here, I've washed and pat dried it. Just top and tail it, so take the ends off, and then just simply cut the celery in half. Place that in your bowl, and then you're ready. Okay, so now that my prep's ready, my vegetables, my shallots and my celery, we're now going to move on to making the soup. You need a tablespoon of olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil, but you can really use any oils. I mean, today people are using coconut oil, almond oil, rapeseed oil. It's entirely up to you, but I do like to use a form of oil because it actually makes the soup a little bit thicker, so you don't have to add any cream. I've got 4 shallots here that have been finely sliced. Add those into the oil. You don't want to burn the shallots, so as soon as they go in, just turn the heat down. Okay, and then start sauteing the shallots. You want to saute them until they go translucent, so that's effectively almost see-through, so no burning whatsoever. But you want to take the hardness out of the shallots, so you want to gently cook them till they're sauteed. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to saute the onions over a gentle heat. Once you've reached the consistency of being light and translucent, you then add in your celery stalk cut into 2. And then at this point, you just season lightly with sea salt I'm using. So pinch together between your thumb and your index finger and break it down. I usually use about 3 pinches. So that's 1, and now this is the second one, and then the third one. When you add salt to onions, it will release the moisture from the onions, so it will go slightly more watery. So it's always better to do that once the onions are translucent. Then I'm going to season with ground white pepper. We don't want big specks of pepper in the soup, so I always use brown white pepper. We are going to be using vegetable stock and chicken stock, so try not to go too heavy on your seasonings. Then we need 1,000 grams. We need now 1,000 grams of petit pois frozen peas. So I'm just going to cut off the top of the bag. This soup's great because you can always have peas stored in your freezer, so it's a really quick soup. So just add these in. So again, now that you've got your sauteed onions in there and your peas and your celery, Continue to saute just for about 1 to 2 minutes so the flavours of the peas start coming out and mixing with the shallots. You're going to need 2 pints of stock. I've got 1 pint of vegetable stock. I'm using a vegetable bouillon powder, and I'm going to use a chicken stock. If you are a vegan, then obviously just double up on the quantity of the vegetable stock. But I kind of find that the chicken stock gives a nice contrast to the vegetable stock. That's why I'm using both. So into my measuring jug, I'm going to put a dessert spoon of bouillon, vegetable stock. So when you take the spoon, just place it into the pot, and then with your thumb, push it against the side so that you get a nice leveled dessert spoon of stock. So pop that into your measuring jug. I've got a hot water tap here, so I just need to turn that on, and then I'll measure up to a pint. So give that a stir with the wooden spoon because I need to put this spoon into the chicken powder. So just give that a mix, and then pour that over. You need to do the same with the chicken powder. So we need a pint, so in total that's 2 pints. So I'm now just going to give that a mix to ensure that the chicken stock has dissolved. Okay, and then that goes in. Turn your heat back up to medium to high, and then bring that up to a boil. And then we're going to cover it, and we're going to cook it on a medium heat for 20 minutes. Yeah, so you always need to give your food lots of love, because what you put in is what you get out. So bring that up to a boil, and then reduce the temperature to a simmer, and then pop the lid on, and then put your timer on, if you do have, for 20 minutes. And then just leave it. Okay, so my soup's been cooking for 20 minutes on medium heat. It's now ready. So I'm going to take the lid off, put that to the side. And you want to discard the celery. So the celery was just there for flavour. So remember to take that out. If you don't have a hand stick blender, you can use a smoothie machine. So I'm going to pop that in. I've got a tea towel underneath so it stops the saucepan moving around. Put that in. So you want to make sure that your soup is thoroughly blended. So I like it quite smooth, but if you do like it with a little few peas around, then you can leave it at this level, but I'd like to continue blending. Once you've blended your soup, the serving size is around 4 to 6 people. I usually give 2 ladles per person. And if you wish, you can garnish it with some creme fraiche. And a sprig of fresh mint. If you like, you can drizzle a little bit of olive oil just around the edge. And there you go, you have a simple meal ready.